Hey everyone, welcome back. So this is the third and last video clip about snakes in dreams. How do we relate to them? If you haven't watched the previous video clips yet, I invite you to do so. The first one was about the importance of context. The second one was about the importance of our personal associations. And today we're going to talk about archetypes. So in order to be able to have an archetypal approach to our dream elements, it's important to understand what archetypes are. And archetypes can be defined as universal cross-cultural symbols we as human beings are ascribing to, objects, characters, animals, events, even a phenomenon. To give you some archetypal examples, let's think about the hero or the witch, or the stepmother, for example. These are all characters that we as humans, we ascribe a similar kind of symbolism cross-culturally, right? The same kind of vibe of energy that we ascribe to them. Same for archetypal events like birth or death, or archetypal phenomenon like the apocalypse, for example. And same goes for animals like snakes, for example. So Jung was the one who invented the concept of archetypes through a dream that he dreamt. And this is important to share. In his dream, he's in a house which feels like his own house. He's on the second floor, and he feels that he wants to get to know the house better. And he says, okay, I'm gonna go down one floor. And he arrives at the first floor, which feels like the Middle Ages. That floor feels like the Middle Ages. And he's wandering around on that floor. And then he thinks to himself that he wants to know the house even better. And he goes again down one floor. And there he feels that this floor reflects the Roman period. And there again, he's wandering around, and suddenly in the hallway, he sees some sort of ring, and he pulls on the ring, and then there is this underground chamber that opens up, and he's going down, and he needs to crawl down that underground chamber that transforms into some kind of cave. And in that cave, he sees some ancient relics and two skeletons. Now that was his dream. Now for Jung, this dream answered a question that really preoccupied him for a very long time, and that is, what is the structure of our psyche? What is the structure of our soul? And through that dream where he goes down floor by floor, for him, it was going down the different layers in our psyche. And he understood that we as human beings, we all have a personal narrative, a personal biography, but that personal narrative or biography, merges with the biography of the tribe, with the biography of humanity as a whole, with the biography of the universe. So now that I've given you this whole explanation, it's time we get into the archetypes of snakes. Now, it is important to know the snakes, they have a great variety of symbolic meaning because they behold so many different characteristics, such as, the way they move, or they have their common analogy with the tree, the way it sheds its skin. They also have this, this threatening tongue. There is also a resemblance with a ligament or even with the male sex. So there is this method of attacking their victim by coiling themselves around their victims. Also, snakes have very varying habitats, such as snakes in the woods, snakes in the water, snakes in the desert. Now, snakes, they symbolize the temptation, the seduction. They symbolize sin and evil because, they are related to the story of Adam and Eve. Because snakes are derived from reptiles, they also refer to the most primitive strata of life. And also because it sheds its skin, it symbolizes transformation and resurrection. The snake is also referred to the Kundalini. That's an ancient Sanskrit word which literally means coiled snake. Kundalini is an energy that is released by using specific meditation techniques, and they're symbolized as a serpent that is coiled at the base of the spine. Therefore, snakes are also considered to be deeply spiritual animals. The snake is also the life force which determines birth and rebirth. And another very common snake analogy is the Gnostic symbol of the Ouroboros, which is the snake that bites its own tail, in which half of it is dark, the other half of it is light, and that represents the same symbolic meaning as the yin and the yang. So, as a conclusion about snakes, but not only about snakes, because actually we can juxtapose all of this to other dream elements. We need context, we need personal associations, and we need the archetypal meaning of our dream symbols. I would absolutely advise you to buy this book, The Book of Symbols, which is actually a book on the reflection of archetypal images. That's it for me. I hope this was helpful. Wishing you a great weekend. Bye for now.